Looks like Zulu's saying hello to you boys. Lads and lasses, whoever's watching. Pals and such. Ah, thank goodness there's text filtering. So they can still copy pasta, but we don't have to worry about a single darn thing that they say. We'll have to see, but it looks like Fraze will be taking first contact onto B here. Able to get one, getting traded out by Raymond as they go into the B site. I'm trying to play passive towards Ruins, waiting for the retake. It looks like UK Astralis going aggressive here, trying to run down Shubi, taking him out, leaving it a 3-on-3 situation as Stimpy's able to catch Frosty trying to retreat. And it looks like all three players trying to go aggressive on Ruins, and it's just a duel, leaving Stimpy the last alive, stuck in Ruins. So both of the T's are trying to run around to the other Ruins entrance and just split off of one another to get more info. They should be aware of Stimpy's position at this point. It'd be hard for him to clear this, but able to land the first. Both fail to connect the second. Jax with the clutch, leading UK Astralis 1-0 against Revenge. Should force likely an economy situation unless there's any sort of force strategy coming in for Revenge. Looks like Deagle's coming out for just that. Got 2 Gleals, 2 AKs, and a Scout. No SMGs purchased. Interesting enough, no attempts to get the bonus money. Just making sure every single dollar is thrown. Spend as much cash as possible. Some default control, trying to obtain very low amounts of utility on both these teams. So not necessarily a battlefield for Banana yet. But Regan will be the first contact with a tight angle, be able to punish Morb, trying to land the shot, peeking him from mid. With that, it's a one-man advantage for these Desert Eagles, and if they can trade evenly on this B side, the possibility of stealing this round away becomes just that even more likely. So we'll just have to wait. Looks like they're grouping up to do this B exec here. Trying to peek out, has info of one towards CT of Zulu. Try to spray towards him, make sure he's hold back, but Shubi's trying to hold towards the Ruins here closely. We'll be able to catch these players as they're jumping. Only able to find one, but almost gets a second. Raymond only with 20 HP left. And it's a 4v3 situation in favor of Revenge. Regan might be put in a little bit of an awkward situation as long as they keep CT smoked. Stuck with a Scout, but looks like he has a Deagle as well equipped. Keep him in a good enough situation. Smoke will make the angle a little bit tighter as Regan tries to rotate through. Able to trade evenly. Last two players towards Dark and Emo, leaving just Frosty towards Quad. His position known. Regan to take him out as Stimpy gets the defuse. Pretty sure there's enough time on this. And it's getting close. But barely just enough. 0.1 seconds remaining. And Regan with a 4K. And GG to steal away the second. Setting UK Astralis. They'll see if they go for a force, but looks like it's a deco in effect. While full set of rifles, including 2 Soul Nakes. Only a single player Shubi unable to afford more than an SMG. Looks like the nade stacks read perfectly. So much damage killing these players. And even the spray just through the smoke, tagging down even more the ones not yet eliminated. And another nade bringing Morbs down to 43. Only 55 left on these last 2 players against all the rifles in effect. It's going to be hard for them to do much here. Able to find one, taking down Freza. But Zulu peeking out will be able to remove the last 2. Getting revenge for Freza's demise. Then GG lead 2-1. Most weapons kept alive. And because of the very careful economy management, UK Astralis able to go for a buy here. Jack with the Krieg purchase. Meanwhile, very standard rifles all around. Shubi still sticking with the MP9 for the moment. Could have been dropped an M4 by one of his teammates, but trying to save money. I believe. Just trying to steal away the round that way. Freza being able to peek out second mid, able to find one. Crazy, meanwhile, is able to get the double, taking the whole B defense. Means this B site's completely open and free. Likely lead to a save for the CTs. But it looks like they're going to go for the rotates. So even though there's a CT smoke up, Regan's gone aggressive and catches one trying to rotate late from bottom mid. With that, leaves it in a possible retake 3v3 situation. Looks like Jack be on the ruins position. But Fraze is able to swing past the first, trying to play from quad, and has info of Frosty here. And both the players almost mollied out. Crazy's able to have a little bit of room, but not enough. So even though the flames won't stuff him out, Stimpy and Zulu will be able to. Regan, rather. As Stimpy gets the defuse. With that, Revenge GG up 3-1. Looks like we got an op now on Freza. Might be potentially a little bit dangerous. It's all these pistols. But again, it's amazing utility usage combined with assault rifle aggression. Shubi and Sulu pushing down Banana, smoking off T-Spawn from the ramp. Even throwing double nades down there. Won't connect for much, but does tag Frosty just a bit more. Unlikely for the op to do much, but just keeping these players in spawn might be a bit of insult. Except for the opening. Despite barely able to see any of Morb, Zulu able to hold the spray. Boiler player of Raymond trying to find an opening. Or just a pick of some kind. Unable to find anything. Zulu finishes off Frosty meanwhile. And Stimpy's looking for this last player hiding in Boiler. Unsure where he went, but she will be the one to run up and keep that Boiler nice and safe from Raymond. Up 4-1 for Revenge. But an op now coming up with a full buy for UK Astralis. Jack likely going to try to find some kind of opening here. Freza looks to be playing the passive angle here. It's very passive B setup. Though it looks like they're about to fight for control of it. Sulu's set up for all three of these B players to retake it. Freza to take the first peek. Zulu to get info and take Crazy down. So he tries to take the engagement. Spam will be able to bring Zulu down to 46. Frosty getting tagged a touch down to 85 on his way out. And Op already rotating to this A site as they go for this contact play here. Rayman holding from the arch side here will be able to save his team from Freza for the moment. And with that, that's arch control gain. CT's open and exposed. But they're using this as a route into the A site. Regan will be the first contact. Able to get 1 and 2 with the transfer. Holding and finding the third as well. Doesn't connect the last 2 shots to get the kill, but just stalling now. Able to get the wide swing single-handedly, taking down all the rest of UK Astralis with the 4K. With a fantastic spray. Revenge GG up 5-1. And forcing a tactical timeout from UK Astralis. Let me see. Who's in here right now? Chilling with us. Should have plenty of people. Right. If anyone here yesterday, remember when they commented there seemed to be like some kind of like background noise or anything? Just tell me whether or not you hear it now. Tried to get that all resolved. Hopefully it's working now. So I don't end up sweating from Florida heat as I'm enjoying doing this for you guys. You can still notice it. I don't mind, I can get that resolved for all of you. But if it's all fixed, then we're all good. As we continue with what this half-buy is after the timeout. Essentially the eco. Half armor and deeks on most of these players. Feel like this is what an eco round should be, but that's what it is. And the crossfire setup with the AK and op only able to find one player, leaving just Stimpy alone to hold off all 4 players here. Going to be able to punish Rayman, only taking 1 deagle shot, but getting tagged twice and finished off from the op of Jack. Might be able to find the double at the end, but still a 2v2 situation. Fair chance for UK Astralis to take this, but there's a small issue of the bomb carrier being in the pit right now. Has to cross by Zuby and potentially Zulu, depending on where he positions himself. Looks like he'll carefully go for a safe plant here. Both players around the Cold Zero box, though Frosty able to reposition a bit further back towards the center of the site. Waiting for the Molly to get thrown, able to win the first engagement, but Molly is able to take them both out, force them into the open, Zulu to finish the first frag, and the Molly to burn the other one out, for Zulu to be able to get the clutch. Keep Revenge GG up 6-1 against UK Astralis as we go into round 8. Looks like we now have an AUG coming out in Regan. He's rocking a 12-2 scoreline. Well, with 4 assists on the side. But with that bomb plant and all the loss bonus built up, another op and a true full buy, full utility coming out. Have to see what they do this time around, what opportunity it gives them. But the only opportunity found will be Freza using the mid boost to find a peek onto Frosty. 5v4 situation with an entire minute 30 still left on the clock here. Looks like Jack's just going to start looking for a pick of his own here. Freza is trying to go for some spam shots through the apartment. It's a double setup towards short. Stimpy will get punished and taken down by this. Rayman able to trade the double of Regan with one of his own. And finding a 3K, completely opening up the A site himself, taking down Freza as well. Leaving us in a 2v2 situation. Bomb's very late going through the apartments just now. It's going to give plenty of time for both of these CT players to rotate into the site. Rayman will be prepared now with the 4K taking down Zulu. Could potentially get the ace here. To be able to play and dodge the flash, but not able to find the frag. Crazy will take the last one. And it's a star round for Rayman to get UK Astralis their second. See everything going on here. See how UK Astralis try to adjust. Revenge GG with an entire aggressive move of pushing up towards mid, able to catch Crazy from behind. And even though it's mostly just a star round from a single player, they're trying to take risks and adjust immediately. Trying to hold this mid control. Stimpy sprays down more slowly through the underpass. Jack's able to come back from Banana and find one, but there's 3 CTs stacked towards mid here. Stimpy just peeking out and taking players as Regan's holding second mid. Although all 3 of these CTs are tagged, they're all surrounding Frosty right now. He's stuck in Banana all alone. Molly will even force him to be further stuck in that. That is a good question about how many shots it took. Feel like it took a solid about 12 there. Good healthy dozen. Have to wait and see. Smoke will try to relieve that pressure for just a moment. Looks like things are slowing down. Tactical timeout being called for the next round. $22. Goodness. But considering he's crouched in the underpass, it's a hard situation to deal with. Only issue is Shubi is alone on this B site right now with just 12 HP. Has to respect Frosty until he sticks this bomb plant. Shuby thinks it's a fake, and without denying the bomb, could leave a risk here. But Regan's able to get past the molly and win the duel as well. With that, all three players able to stay alive, allowing Revenge to build up some more economy. Keeping up their dominance after going for the crazy mid-aggression, being up 7-2. Still have 6 more rounds left in the half. Plenty of time for UK Astralis to come back in rounds, but has to start right now if they want to do it on their T side. Have to wait and see. Seems Revenge have plenty in their playbook for Inferno. Constantly mix up what they're doing. Catch UK Astralis by surprise. I think my favorite thing's just the completely aggressive match point rounds that they've used to be able to just confirm the series, just going balls to the wall aggressive. Looks like Shuby's going aggressive towards Banana. Just Brazilian levels of aggression almost. Just pushing down Banana and hunting for these frags. Hunting their opposition rather than competing against them. Jack's trying to catch a player in case there's one boosted on half wall, but will find nothing as the CTs have rotated passive positions with the 5v4 advantage on the B site. Otherwise, it is a stack on short. 2 players boosted up. Stimpy will drop. Sounds maybe heard, but he's able to dodge any of the rounds and HE grenade thrown his way. Other HE will also miss. Regan able to find the first, anchoring from his fourth position, finding the second, and Stimpy will come in before Jack has the opportunity to peek and try to deny the third, leaving Rayman in a 1v5 situation. And that could have it done, but with 2 players staring towards his position, Stimpy will be able to get the trade as Regan finally goes down. Revenge GG up 8-2. Could go for a force here. They're likely to see a half buy. With the current economy situation. Single smoke and molly. Likely going to be used just for a default B play. Very passive position on the B players. Nade's not connecting for much. It's going to be a very dangerous situation here. Shuby and Zulu are split. Shuby's at least able to burn one through the molly, but this B site has already been lost. But not exactly yet. Bomb now just being planted. Nade will be a bit off to not be able to find the kill. And Zulu taken out as the firing line of Deagles comes his way. Molly to make sure that side of runes is clear. With that other molly clearing out the back. All 3 players peek out. 2 line up for Freza and Stimpy to find the third. With them all grouped together, it's an easy takedown for Revenge GG to get their 9th. Still keeping those 3 weapons alive at the least. Making sure they still are building up economy as we get to these key later last rounds. With it, another full buy able to come out from UK Astralis. They've only gotten the pistol and a round off of a 4K from Rayman. So, unless they can figure out some kind of adjustments they can make and win these duels, I think the situation's still going to be just as dominant. Some good nade damage on Freza. At least tag him down a little. Rayman tries to lurk towards the apartments here. He's going to be able to get past his flashbang and catches them both lining up to get the double and gets a triple once again. With that A site open up single-handedly by Rayman once again. Are carrying UK Astralis to be able to get a third round. So it's unlikely for Zulu and Shubi to go for this, and even more unlikely for them to get the round. It's far too valuable to save every weapon you have, especially when they're the two lowest on economy. Gonna need this if they want to have the best chance in making sure UK Astralis doesn't build off of a streak, off of Rayman's performance here. For the round to finish. Looks like slightly more aggressive positions. Might be able to catch an exit or two on their way out, depending on where these T's position themselves. Though, looks like they won't be hunting too much. So the two weapons able to save up. Reza going straight for the op purchase. Any half armor won't be relevant. Everyone's able to get full utility except for Stimpy's going to be a Flashbanger HE short. As we go to round number 13, we find some early contact. Freza burning the molly down to 44 and not finding anything for his troubles either. Leaves this hopper in a very vulnerable position. Jack's trying to find that first contact. Not going to find anything just yet. All three players stacked around the A site. Single holding towards pit. But with how passive they've been towards banana, they're forced to rush through, and Zulu's able to catch Crazy trying to run past the bottom ramp. And this is going to force the bomb carrier of Morbs to have to rotate all the way through second mid as they lean towards this A assault now. Rayman going to be the first one coming in. But Jack has just been mollied off, but not before he punishes Shubi for peeking out. And it's a double short and apps drop. Freza able to catch one. But it's Rayman and Frosty to take everyone out from the bomb site, leaving Zulu in a 1v3 situation. Not necessarily impossible, but unlikely how close these players are stacked to each other. Slowly walks up towards short here. Likely get shot in the back from pit as he walks up to the site, if not taken out by Frosty. As he takes him down, UK Astralis to get a fourth now. We'll see what can be done, but looks like UK Astralis able to break the economy of Revenge GG with that. Bringing them down to just USPs, single Deagle and P250. So should be a 10-5 half if Revenge GG win the next full buy on the final round. This round's almost but certain for UK Astralis. But worthy to note, some good tags coming in, and it's allowed Frosty to get taken down by Stimpy landing a headshot. With it, Jack on the op also brought down to 55. And as Rayman tries to run to this A site, it's going to be off of him. Regan's able to trade off of Stimpy. But the trade's not breaking out even, so it's Shubi and Zulu in a 2v3 and direct enable, bring both of them quite low. As Morbs is able to spray them both down and make it 9-5 in confident enough fashion. Last final round's up for Revenge to gather whatever they can. Final opportunity to get into double digits before the end of the half. Looks like it's a very default setup here. They're leaning towards their 3 short stack, which has worked successfully so far. As well as going aggressive banana, having all his control once again, able to dodge any utility thrown at him. But Morphs with the porch molly will be able to force some players to move and drop down with the repositioning. Rayman's position's known by Freza here. Can potentially win this engagement. Jack's able to respond quick enough to Regan I'm not entirely sure if they're ready for the pot player. Stimpy is able to get just one before Frosty takes him out. And Fraze is caught out in the open behind the hay cart. And Morps is going to be able to catch one of the last remaining two, causing Zulu to look around and Crazy to play off of him and make it a 9-6 half for UK Astralis. Good recovery at the end of the half. But certainly a dominant performance for Revenge to start. Going to the second half. Going to be a big deal for this pistol. Then Shiji can get it. It'll keep up the dominance and allow them to keep a massive gap in the scoreline, automatically resetting from what happened at the end of the first half. And it looks like it's a duel around second mid, but this time it's Revenge Shiji winning out this side of the duels as they go towards the A site, and Fraser, just in case, late clearing Boiler, be able to catch Jack as well. And as Shubi holds, able to catch Morbs to swing out, and without Fraser needing to come from Arch to help him out, Shubi able to take out Frosty on his own, get Revenge GG into double digits, able to play what's likely to be a force buy from UK Astralis in just a moment. Though it looks like they're wanting to play safe here. Only a couple of pistols in play. And different buy itemization as 2 SMGs are purchased versus the none of UK Astralis in the first half. They have some players that can go for safer duels. However, despite that, Fraze is willing to take the first contact anyways. And with that, and taking down just a single player, they've been able to get the A site. Mostly a B stack lean going on. And Stimpy now hunting for these frags, trying to get some cash. We'll be able to get 2, pay off that Mac 10. Be good enough value after the end of the round. Other Mac 10 will be denied, Frosty hitting his shots, but looks like every single player wants to hunt down Frosty. No need to take this sort of risk, and could come to cost them. But Sulu able to get the trade, keep weapons alive, and possibly try to frustrate UK Astralis with the style they're playing to even deny just a mere deagle of being brought over. Which would have been useless with the full buy coming up now. Be one of the key deciding rounds. Both teams are low on econ. But with the good HE, Stimpy brought down to 41. Gives a good start to UK Astralis. Utility will stop them from pushing out just yet into a B-site execute. And it's gotten a third player to rotate. But with all this A utility coming in, have to see if Jack heads back that direction. Looks like he will. Have about 7 more seconds to get there. Revenge go for this execute. But looks like they're turning this into a fake and quickly turning tail back after throwing a Moto Smoke. Able to convince Jack to rotate all the way back to A as they go into B. It's going to be these 2 players towards the back of the B bomb site. No utility used, so Crazy's able to take 2 down as they run through the smoke. But Freeze is able to get the double. Even tries to push through the smoke to find a third. Jack will freely be able to get the punish as he dry runs through the smoke. Up to Morb. Zulu's aware of the possibility, but not able to win the duel. And now it's turned into a 1v3 for Regan. Able to dodge first shot. Regan with the clean taps. Gets sprayed through the corner of the pillar. Morb's able to notice just a small bit of his shoulder. And able to clutch the round barely for UK Astralis. But clean taps allowing Regan to almost take it away single-handedly. We'll have to just wait and see, though. Looks like a couple AKs coming out. As it's a full force buy for Revenge to take aggression, trying to run through his Tech 9s. Jack put in an awkward position, able to recover his spray, taking down the bomb carrier and the 2 Tech 9s. But the 2 CTs on Arch are going to line up, letting Freza double them back. And with Regan taking the last remaining player of Morbs on the A site, it's a 2v2 situation, both AKs in hand. And both of them positioned towards short. They're going to be able to duel these players. Freza instantly taking down Frosty, and Crazy getting taken out by Regan, playing on the dark side of the porch. With that, Revenge GG just 4 rounds away of eliminating UK Astralis. With the situation, things still staying close. Pure Stimpy sticking with the Mat 10. And USP only for UK Astralis. USP sticking out. And all players dying together. Shubi with the 3K as Zulu takes down the other 2 towards mid. With them safely taken out, that'll be plenty of money conserved for Revenge as they go through this half. Okay, Charles able to get a full buy into effect, but might be their second to last of this game if they cannot convert the round successfully off of it. Have to wait and see. They're able to get a pick with the op on Freza early, going to give them that man advantage. This Rayman's trying to hold the off angle from Flower Pot, as well as Arch still being held by Jack, who gets smoked off the angle. But utility to stop the push from coming in just for now. Despite the lack of utility, very passive position of both these players on the B site here. As they flash their way through mid. Morbs to take first contact, but Regan's able to take Jack early, but Morbs able to find the double, taking down Regan and Stimpy, leaving it a 2v3, and Rayman's still in the site, but just got dinked through. Able to use the sound cues to spray Shubi through the smoke before he gets through. Zulu now left in a possible 1v2 situation. See, Zulu's able to catch the first. I don't know if he's going to look behind him. So he waits and resets. Now he has the opportunity to do so. Doesn't know exactly where praise is going to come from. Audio Cue gives it away, but not able to connect the shot. Crazy able to get the clutch. UK Astralis 8-13 against Revenge GG. See. And this should force Revenge GG into a weaker econ situation. But with the lost bonus and bomb plant, they're going to be able to fully buy up here. Just wait. Tons of early utility use. B control obtained early in the round. Minute 30 left on the clock. Looks like they might go early into the B execute here. Regan's been brought down to 9 due to all this early B utility usage. And it looks like he'll be taking the first contact too, as they go for this execute play. Mostly smokes involved initially, though. Looks like mollies will be coming in late, which should molly at least one of these players. But Crazy's able to dodge it as he drops down to reposition, trying to hold on the best he can, turning it into a 2v3 situation. 2 M4s in the op to rotate here. Stimpy brought low, and boost coming in, but Zulu's prepared for it. Almost bringing down the op of Jack. Taking him down to 41 at least, but it'll be revenged with Jack with a quick flick onto Zulu when he sees his shoulder. Just as fast as Stimpy. Able to get the headshot. Rayman misses the initial contact as Stimpy's trying to dodge around him. Rayman not connecting any shots yet. Delaying the situation and getting Rayman to peek right into him. Stimpy to win the duel and clutch 14 for revenge. With it, that's fully forced UK Astralis into an eco. So with all these aggressive forces, it's been breaking down UK Astralis' economy slowly. Means they'll have to get about 7 rounds in a row after Revenge GG, assuming they successfully convert this round. They're on a good way to do. Stimpy and Zulu getting 1 apiece. Initially on here. Looks like the run through short. Still another 2 players here. The Rayman's already taken down, and Crazy's only able to find 1, leaving Frosty in a 1v4 out of the sight and mind of the players of Revenge. His position already getting spammed towards. He's trying to hide towards the library. Likely try and find an opportunity to pick up an AK. Looks like Frosty's been able to find a swish of an AK, but Zulu's gonna deny his escape with it. See what's going on here. But looks like Freza holding with the op, trying to find first contact. All these players stacked up around mid. UK Astralis has to survive through the rest of this match and regulation off of this full buy to start. Well, he will keep Porch Mollied off, but Rayman's playing more focused towards Boiler. Weak late hold towards Apartment, and Chubby's already been able to take down Jack. And Fraser's able to see Rayman on the boost and take down Morbs in the process. Single-handedly taking all 3 of them down. And now just looking for the rotation through Banana. Misses both of his shots, unfortunately. But still has info of where this last remaining player, Frosty, is. Zulu taking down Crazy. Meanwhile, Regan able to play off of him to end the match. GGs are handed out. Revenge GG move on. Eliminating Astralis UK. Should bring him to the next low.